Let's just see what kind of TVs they got and how they got them all hooked up.
Should I go in there for a cleaning again? Snoop around?
Snoop-alicious.
Undercover mode.
For sure. Okay. Alright, so we're doing gingivectomy 6 through 11sies. The whole point of the gingivectomy for this guy is to get golden proportion. And we know the proportion of the teeth based on how wide the tooth is, and we compare that. So it's the inside of the black there. So the inside of the black up here, that's how tall the ideal proportion is for that tooth. So this tooth is a bit smaller, so we're actually going to do we got a shorter tooth here, or a smaller tooth here, or this tooth's wider. So we're going to kind of split the difference here. That tooth is 8 millimeters wide. That one's almost 10. So we're going to pick what 9 millimeters looks like, which is right at the middle of between the red and the black, right in the middle there. So I'm just going to verify again our length. Now this guy being right at 8-ish, and that guy being right at 10-ish. So at 9 we'll go just a little shy of that. We can always do a little more later if we need to, so we'll plan for the top of the red is going to be the height that we want. So the gingival zenith, which is about 1/3 of the way from here, the width of the tooth is going to be the top of the red, which is going to be about 11 millimeters tall. 11 millimeters tall. Okay, so make a little point there. Same thing with this cat here. Outside third. Dink. Okay, and we're going to bring the zenith across here and then round it out. It's not right in the middle of the tooth. Like I said, it's about the difference between the distal third and the middle third. Okay. And this one's going to be the same height here. This one is more toward the center of the tooth. Okay. And then these guys are about 1 millimeter lower. So we're going to cheat just a little lower on that one. That one's already offset here. So we're going to offset it by that much and a little bit more. Ideally between that line, it should be about 1 millimeter below that line. So we're actually going to set it about right there. Okay. Now the only other consideration that we want to be careful about is how much keratinized gingiva is there. I know Sarah was thinking that exact thing, like, bro, do you have enough do you even keratinize gingiva? I was like, yeah, of course I do. So keratinized gingiva is to here, which means we got 4 millimeters or more. We've got plenty there, plenty there. Keratinized gingiva you can tell by where it kind of starts to roll, which is from there. This is how we roll right there. Okay, so we got 4 to 6 millimeters in most locations. Okay. All right, and our bleeding points now show us where we've got kind of our straight line across. It follows the incisal edge of the teeth, so our straight line here from that 11 millimeters there, 11 millimeters there, 11 millimeters there. That one's a little on the shorter side. It's more like 10. Let me double check here. Okay, that was maybe just a little a little higher, so we'll bring it down just a little bit. Okay. Alright, this is our little handheld laser. It's not as powerful, but it is plenty strong for this little party. You do a combination of the laser. You can also do a Donatello, and that works as well. Our midline's right here, not over here. It's actually right here. We're gonna correct that next visit. So. Create a nice little beautiful curve. I'm going to make sure a nice little beveled edge here. This keeps it from wanting to creep back to where it was. Don't be a creeper. That's the moral of the story. I sculpted that embrasure a little bit more here. And anytime it feels like it's not cutting very well, I just need to reinitiate the tip or make sure I'm holding on to the handle correctly. Sometimes the handle can be a little fickle with this cordless version. Like that, and then I can just put it on there. Got our straight across there, and then this guy right here. And you'll notice when we uncover these teeth, we're not past the CEJ at all. We are, I mean, the whole natural frontal structure of the tooth has just been covered up. So the teeth are the right size, it's just the gums are kind of covering over. So I'm going to bevel these guys here, bevel. Widen it out just a little bit here. Widen this out a little bit here. Widen that a little, but not too much. That's the difference so far. You don't want to hang out in one spot on the tooth because that can cause a little bit of discoloration on the tooth. So just keep moving, don't hang out in one spot. And double back here. We still have the neck of the tooth there. We're not even past the CEJ. It's pretty nice. Now the measurements do a lot of magical things, but we don't know for sure that it's just right until we take a look from the front. And we make sure that everything looks even. It should be nice and level. Canine, incisor, incisor, canine, with the laterals being just about 1 millimeter below. So that looks really good. We'll get a little rebound. We may need to do a little touch up at the end, but what I'm seeing here is I need to open this up just a little bit here. And this we may need to touch up later on once we realign that and make this guy smaller and this guy the correct size to match. But that's the only spot I need to adjust. Again, don't hang out on the tooth. That can char the enamel and definitely cement them. And then we do a little scrub-a-dub here with the cotton roll and some water and some elbow grease. Which I didn't know until I was like 12. That's not a real thing. It just means use your manual labor to get it done. Susie knows that. She learned it last week, I'm sure. Check to make sure there aren't any areas that are roughened up. A little bevel, exactly what we want. Lovely, okay. Take some final photos and we'll be done.